technology and people. Over the years we have created a tight bond, but today we're going to get in depth with a personal computer.
Steve Jobs wasn't the one who invented the personal computer. It was his rival and friend Bill Gates. Growing up, Steve was a big fan of drugs, LSD and marijuana in particular. In fact, he claimed the drugs actually made him who he was, and without them, Apple would never have existed. Steve studied at Reed College, except that he refused to pay because he felt like he wasn't learning anything, so he decided to attend classes that interested him for free. Jobs got the idea of creating a personal computer when he took a little visit to his great friend Steve Wozniak. There, in his house, he had seen a keyboard and a monitor, and that is when it hit him. After weeks of trying to find an investor to invest in Wozniak's creation, he had finally found one, in fact the best. His name was Mike Markula. The name Apple was created by Mr. Jobs himself, said that it meant the fruit of creation, which makes much more sense in this day and age. A couple of years into his success, the founder, the real mind behind the company, Steve Wozniak, eventually quit. He went up to Steve Jobs the same night and said the only reason he decided to help create Steve Jobs' dream was because finally, once in his life, he felt cool doing the thing he loved most. But Steve Jobs drifted off into his own little world and he forgot about friendship. His number one priority was Apple. He treated his staff with no respect. He would fire anyone who didn't share the same passion for the company as he did, and make them work days without sleep just to finish a project. But with all this hard work came consequences. Jobs was voted to be kicked out of the company, leaving him with no power or control and no job. Years later, he decided to keep productive and create another company named Next, where he sold the same types of products as he once did for Apple, but he would never be the same. After Jobs was kicked out, CEOs after CEOs had arrived and left Apple as they found it difficult to create new products and also earn profit. In fact, Microsoft enjoyed their way up to the top of the charts as Apple fell behind. 1997, the date that changed history. The current CEO of Apple begged Steve to return. Apple were losing so much money that they were almost close to extinction. But he returned, in one condition. He told the board members that they were all kicked out and never to interfere with Apple ever again. And with the current situation of the company, they agreed. Ever since then, Apple came all over the headlines. The staff were pleased to see him. Technology had finally been restored. Within the first 4 months, Microsoft wished they had never existed. Apple stole the hearts of millions once again.
Is it weird that I hear violence whenever you're gone? Is it weird that your ass remind me of a Kanye West song?